What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with a very blue Will Leahey. What's up, Will?
Ninja, it's Monday morning. I'm making it short because we got to record another episode of Baseball Dojo, available tomorrow right after this.
Who's our guest, Will?
We got Medieval Mason Miller as the guest. It's a great app, guys. Tune in tomorrow morning, wherever you get your podcasts.
We're going to start with our whip around the league. Let's start with Nick Pivetta, who had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run on only 1 hit. He had these fastballs and sweeper. He faced Matthew Liberatore. Did the Red Sox own the Lib?
They absolutely did, Ninja.
Liberatore had 3 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this fastball and slider.
And Ninja, because they own the Lib, that actually brings us to our time of the day.
Already! This is like a daily double in Jeopardy.
It really is. And Rafael Devers is on a dong-smashing rampage because that's the 5th straight game with a jack from old Rafi here. Tying the Red Sox record and giving him his 9th of the year. That's your dong of the day.
I'm pretty sure jacking a dong and smashing it, not a good idea. Carlos Rodon had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this fastball and changeup for a sword, as well as these sliders and backdoor slider. His ERA right now, 3.27. Solid season for Rodon so far. He faced Chris the Snake Flexen, who had 4 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 7 runs. The Snake had this fastball, this painted changeup, and this painted cutter. Mitch Keller had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this 2-seamer, fastball, and cutter. He faced Jameson Taillon, who had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this curveball and cutter. Spencer Arrighetti, a.k.a. Spaghetti, had 6 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had these cutters and curveballs. Colin Ray, he did have 5 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, but it's actually gave up 5 runs. It's a lot of runs for Colin Ray. He had this curveball, cutter, and painted backdoor cutter. Jordan Montgomery had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had this fastball and changeup. Faced Matt Manning, who only had 1 K in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this painted fastball. Dakota Hudson had 3 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. He had these sliders and curveball. He faced Jordan Hicks, who only had 1 K in 5 innings, giving up 1 run. Hicks had this sweeper, but the big news of this game, at least to me, was his fastball only averaged 91 to 92 miles an hour. That's down 4 miles an hour from his average fastball this year, and down, what?
14 miles an hour?
14 miles an hour from his best bolt? I mean, what is he doing here?
Yeah, in case people forget, he had that one at bat where he threw 105 and a couple of 104s and 103, all in the same at bat. It's the quote unquote hottest at bat ever, as Pitching Ninjas coined it.
And he's thrown up to like 104 last year. So I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's pitching with his wrong arm. Maybe it's not really Jordan Hicks, but it's Kyle Hendricks taking his place. Whatever it is, he's barely above Kyle Hendricks' velo. Hunter Green had 8 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He dominated with his fastball this game. King Ohtani here, despite the fact that Ohtani actually pumped up his bicep before this at bat. I love this move. Just like a couple pumps here, gained some strength. He also had this painted fastball against Freeman. His heaters were up to 100 miles an hour. Good outing from Hunter Green. He faced Landon Knack, who I guess I can't go do. I can't do my Sharona because it's owned by Mike Soroka. So we're going to go good pitchers don't, but I do. Good pitchers don't, but I do. It's literally the Knack's only other hit.
I was going to say, I thought the Knack was the prototypical one-hit wonder. I didn't even realize that was his second hit, Ninja.
See, not only do we teach you baseball, but there's a lot of music education going on here too. This was a legit song. Landon Knack had 5 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run, and had these fastballs. Brady Singer went 6 innings with 9 Ks.
Nice.
Giving up only 1 run. It is front door 2-seamer, this painted 2-seamer, and these sliders, including this one for a sword. He faced J.P. Sears, who had 4 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this fastball and sweeper. Does he need a nickname? Like
the going out of business sale?
Yeah, pretty much. Tough Skins. What else is Sears known for? Tough Skins? You remember those pants? They had patches on their legs. Sean Manaea had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had these fastballs and sweeper. He faced Sixto Sanchez. Does he have 6 toes, Will?
Yep, 3 on each foot.
But did you know that Antonio Alfonseca, who also pitched for the Marlins, had 6 fingers on a hand?
On his throwing hand? Can we get his grips?
Yeah, yeah, he's got these 3-seamers. I don't know what you would call it. If you can grip multiple seams with your fingers, like it's weird. But he did have 6 fingers on a hand. You learned that here too this morning. I'm just a font of knowledge today, Will. I had all weekend to study up. Sixto had this changeup. Jose Soriano continued to be really good. He had 5 Ks in 7 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run. His ERA this year is 3.3. And I keep telling y'all, pay attention to him. His stuff is nasty. He had these sinkers at 99 and 98 miles an hour, this 93-mile-an-hour splitter, and this 93-mile-an-hour backdoor slider. Filthy stuff. He faced Michael Lorenzen, who had 6 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this painted 2-seamer and this sinker and this fastball for a strike him out, throw him out double play. Tanner Bybee had 8 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this fastball, got absolutely fired up, these changeups and slider for his sword. He faced Chris Paddock, who had 6 Ks in 8 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this slider, changeup, and curveball. Aaron Nola had 5 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. He had these knuckle curves over and over again. He faced Trevor Williams, who had 3 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this changeup. Alek Manoah was freaking outstanding yesterday with 7 strikeouts and 7 scoreless innings, giving up 1 hit and only 1 walk. He had this elevated fastball, but the story of the game were his sliders. He picked up 2 White Castle specials. And during this one, he gets a sword and yells out, "Yes, he did," as he runs off the field.
Yes, he did.
I love a fired up Alek Manoah. The man is must-watch TV when he's on like this. He ended his outing with a slider and fastball and got absolutely fired up. And here's a couple of overlays of his slider and fastball, and you can see what makes that combination so filthy when it's on. And I love his slider especially because he got his grip from me.
I need something else. The changeup sucks. All right, that's not gonna get me to where all right, breaking ball. I need a breaking ball. So I'm looking. I've been following your account since before the t-shirts, and on Twitter, and now following week, Chris Sale was talking about his slider and how he moves his thumb to manipulate his slider. Right? So it's not the same grip, but he's just talking about his thumb. So I'm like, okay, hold on. Well, what if I grab this grip that feels really comfortable and manipulate the thumb the way I want it to, and then figure it out? So I started throwing, some were 90 still, but more this instead of just this. And then some were 86 like this. And I was like, okay, that's the one. So that the more I threw it, just the better it got. And then I was able to lead the Cape in strikeouts. And I think it was because of that, that and then the heater.
He faced Aaron Savali, who had 3 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 earned runs, and had these elevated cutters. Darvish was outstanding yesterday with 9 strikeouts and 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits. I'm going to give him a tie for filthiest pitcher of the day today. Darvish had these fastballs, including this elevated fastball for a sword, these sliders, and you can see Capusano wanted this pitch down in the dirt. Look at him indicating down, keep this down. And what does Darvish do? Perfectly hits his spot. He also had this sweeper, this curveball that got Kelnick to yell out, and he had this gorgeous, slow 73-mile-an-hour curveball. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Darvish is one of those guys that has multiple types of curveballs. He's got a knuckle curve, a regular curve, and a slow curve. He can do anything on the field. In fact, here's a breakdown of his pitches. I think he threw 8 different pitch types this game, and maybe even more because he has subcategories of pitches. Here's an overlay of his 93-mile-an-hour fastball and the 73-mile-an-hour curveball, and you can see the velo difference and how much that curveball drops compared to that fastball. Darvish became the 3rd Japanese pitcher to reach 200 combined wins from MPB to MLB, and he extended his scoreless streak this year to 25 consecutive innings. He's the first Padres pitcher with 4 straight scoreless starts of at least 5 innings, and just was outstanding. You the man. He faced Bryce Elder, who is not the man yesterday. He had 3 Ks in 8 innings, giving up 6 earned runs, but he did have this Expelliarmus slider. George Kirby had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 5 runs and a couple of homers. He had this elevated fastball that was called a strike, as well as this two-seamer, and he faced yesterday's co-filthiest starting pitcher of the day, Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes had 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had this 98-mile-an-hour sinker, these wicked cutters, these 6 sliders, including a couple of swords on them, and this pitch, which I love. He had only thrown 1 changeup to a right-handed hitter all season long before this pitch. So as a hitter, you're sitting there going, okay, this is definitely not a changeup because he doesn't throw a changeup to right-handed hitters. I'm not going to prepare for this test. And if you didn't prepare for this pop quiz, you'd fail it because you'd end up taking it right down the dick. Here's an overlay of his changeup and slider, and you can see how well these pitches tunnel and why you might get fooled by 2 pitches that go opposite ways. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Emmanuel Clase had this slider. Luke Jackson K'd the side with his fastball and sliders. Craig Kimbrell had this painted fastball and painted knuckle curve. Phil Maton had this curveball at 3,218 RPMs. Jordan Romano had this slider. And Hayden Wisniewski had this wicked sweeper. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, I'm going to give it to Aroldis Chapman for this slider and splitter that picked up the sword. Number 4, Jose Soriano for this backdoor slider at 93 miles an hour. And number 3, Alek Manoah and his sliders. Number 2, Corbin Burnes and that surprise changeup. And number 1, we have you, Darvish, and this absolutely gorgeous slow curveball. Curveballs don't get much prettier than this. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. Let's just say Luis Ariza's hips don't lie. My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to start with Reese Olson for 5 Ks or more, then take Chris Sale for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Yoshinobu Yamamoto for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?